was shining down on him. Nick raised his head. In front of him was a dull, grey wall. He looked to his right. There was a clean set of sliding automatic doors. Opening, pausing, then closing and immediately opening again. They were reacting to his presence, so he got up, his bones protesting as he did. If it was up to them, his bones would have let him lie there forever. He looked back, and as far as the eye could see, a wide highway stretched into the horizon. There was not a mark, scratch, crack, or hole in sight. Nick turned back to face the door. Through the door was a sign. It read A and E. Fresh tears ran down his face as he finally knew he was here. He turned back and ran away from the building he had for so long been travelling towards, but only for a few metres. He stopped and spun back to look up at the towering structure in front of him. About 20 metres up from the doors was another sign. It said, hospital. Not hotel, but hospital. Nick smiled, and suddenly, blinding light. A whiteness that was brighter than brightest white. He had made it. And now, like a shaky, scratchy, grainy camcorder footage, a memory plays. Honey, it's pissing it down outside. Don't go, Maria pleaded. Come off it, Maria. It's just a bit of rain. You know how I feel about you driving that thing at night. Never mind when it's raining. Maria stood in the doorway, blocking Nick from leaving. It was always like this. Every Friday night, Nick thought. He stood there, smiling at his girlfriend, but his patience was wearing thin. Just because your uncle had a small accident on a motorbike doesn't mean I'm going to, love. He regretted saying that as soon as he said it. Small accident, Maria said quietly. Small fucking accident. My uncle's now in a wheelchair, you prick. Sorry, love, Nick said. He reached out to Maria. Get off! Maria yanked her arm away. Look, if your DJing is so important, get the bus. A plead in her voice coming straight back. I'd never make it, hon, and you know it. I gotta use the bike, or I won't make it. Nick tried to smile. Fine, Maria screamed. Fuck off, and I hope you crash. At this, Maria grabbed the black levers hanging by the door and threw them hard at Nick. Go on, get out. Go have fun with your precious music. Hope you get booed. Maria, you're overreacting. Get out, Maria screamed again, not able to keep the emotion from her voice as fresh tears spilled down her face. Okay, you know what? Whatever, Nick said angrily. He picked up his jet black levers and stormed out of the room. Out in the hall, he sighed. That was a worse one than usual. He put on his levers and hoped this wouldn't affect his mix. Aside from Maria, music was his life. He did love Maria, loved her more than any woman he had ever loved, but he had never told her. And he wasn't going to let a little bit of rain stop him from riding his bike to his latest gig. He put his earphones in, pressed play on his iPod, and walked out into the downpour towards his garage. As his favourite tune, Fat Bass, began his repetitive, addictive tune. And now, the whiteness clears. He is laid in a hospital bed, has been for some time, for a long, long time. He slowly, lazily opens his eyes. He sees a shaking mass of bright ginger hair love. Fresh tears spill as she lets out a shrill cry. Nick! Oh, Nick! Oh, darling! She holds Nick and showers his face with kisses. Oh, honey! Nurse! Nurse, come quick! Nick, you're awake! Oh, honey, you've been in a coma! Honey, are you okay? Nurse, hurry! Nick is overcome with joy. He's made his journey. He didn't fall into the darkness. He musters all of his strength. I love you, he whispers.